Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here to speak to everyone. I think Laura did just a great job covering the opportunities in clean technology and the energy transition. So our role within Invest Ontario is fundamentally to support that growth. So supporting companies that are looking to modernize, looking to move into Ontario, expand, and fundamentally, create depth in this field so that it has a long-term view and it can be supported and successful within the province. So as mentioned, I've been with Invest Ontario now for a fairly short period of time, only about 2 months, but there's been tremendous opportunity. I'm sure you've seen it every day, the number of investments, the strategic growth, and the transformational investments that have been happening in the province is just spectacular. We want to continue that growth. On a personal note, a very strong, obviously, energy background coming from most recently GE Steam Power, so led the GE Steam Power business within Canada. So with major operations obviously here in Canada, a lot of our manufacturing engineering overseas. So I've seen that push towards clean energy transition over the past several years. I've been personally involved and directly involved in at least 2 of Canada's largest clean energy transition projects, as well as Canada's, I think up until this point, still Canada's largest and most complex environmental remediation. So certainly have a strong background in this field, like through both experience and education, and looking to continue to further support growth and advancement. So Invest Ontario, the organization has been in place for approximately a year now. Really, our mandate is to secure a strategic business and capital investment within Ontario and keep that strong job growth and sector focus creation. So the real focus for us is improving domestic and foreign direct investment. So really helping companies to enter Canada, helping existing companies to grow, and finding pathways to make sure that they're successful. So again, our primary focus is in 3 sectors. Advanced manufacturing, which would be the portfolio that I manage on a day-to-day basis, as well as life science and technology. And fundamentally, we have a fund that we manage. It's a highly competitive fund, but we're looking for game-changing strategic advancements, really transformational investments, within the industry. And even in instances where maybe it doesn't quite fit within the mandate of our fund, a big role and goal of ours is to find a path to support these projects. So we work very collaboratively with Laura and the team at the Ministry of Economic Development, as well as Invest Canada, regional investment funds, regional development programs, to really try to find and ensure that investments of just about any size can be successful and we can fundamentally support that growth. Our role is to provide the one window approach for all investors looking to invest in Ontario through regional inclusivity and development of that regional approach and clusters. I think the key for us these days, and certainly that I'm, in the 2 months or so that I've been here, is I'm seeing that these transformational investments, like fundamentally they are cross-sector. You look at the EV battery growth, and it has, it ultimately leads to growth in the materials, chemical sciences, into clean energy, just through and through the entire advanced manufacturing stream and that supply chain. And fundamentally, you might imagine coming from GE was always fairly obsessed with obsolescence, right? How are we managing obsolescence? And seeing that a lot of this technology, we can have strategic depth in these investments and growth, then we will manage that obsolescence so that it has long-term growth and success. So our role is really to be that single point of contact, a credible, knowledgeable interface. So very similar to Laura and her team, we do have a group of experts, and we will collaborate and or get access to experts to provide market information, additional information to help companies that are either here or looking to come into Ontario. One of our key roles here is just speed. So through the fund, the goal and role for us is to be active partners with companies that are looking to enter into the area. So to work with them, we do have a process going through our fund and that assessment, but fundamentally it's to work day to day, help with site locations, help with market intelligence and information, and really, trying to be to be at the pace of their business so that they can be successful. Recognizing a lot of these times, the investments in some instances, you're looking to go first to market, and we acknowledge that, we appreciate that, and we look to move with that same level of speed. So really looking to create that overall collaborative partnership. So working closely with the federal agencies, whether that be Invest Canada or FedDev, any of the programs, again, always actively looking to try to support professional services. A lot of academic researches and institutions looking to provide that knowledge base. Active on a daily basis with the regional economic development groups, as well as the other provincial agencies like the Ministry of Economic Development, Mines, OMAFRA, wherever we feel the project can best get support to be successful, and the industry associations. In addition, internationally, we have the trade investment offices who are doing business development on our behalf and establishing some connections so that we can really look to grow overall ecosystems and bring in more foreign direct investment. So fundamentally, it's a Team Ontario approach, identifying sector priorities, which I'll get to here momentarily, building the sector value proposition, and really growing the awareness of Ontario's advanced manufacturing subsector and ecosystems. If we were to look at that specifically from the advanced manufacturing view, so fundamentally, advanced manufacturing covers obviously a wide variety of sectors. Again, we're seeing that a lot of this transformational investment is cross-sector, so it touches and creates opportunities within multiple sectors. But automotive and EV battery, our major focus is automotive, EV battery, chemical, biochemical, and clean energy technology, and as well as aerospace. But again, anything under the advanced manufacturing window, we're here to help to support. There are trade offices around the world, so if you're an existing supplier looking to have a more robust supply chain, and perhaps you have some of your supply chain that is overseas and they're looking to make an investment decision and potentially move operations over to North America now, then we would work with the trade and investment offices to connect with those companies and start to show them the business proposition of moving into Ontario. So kind of why invest in Ontario? I think Laura gave a great overview in the energy transition and clean energy sector as to why there's a lot of opportunities here. We want to continue to grow those. But certainly, looking at some of the major value propositions, it's really access to an innovative ecosystem with a highly educated workforce, academic leadership, large incubators, a lot of R&D. And again, as we're seeing this transformation, this will continue to grow even further. Definitely the competitiveness from the business point of view, whether that be taxes, low labor rates, healthcare, and favorable exchange rates. Taking advantage of global markets. So when you look at the 401 corridor, as described before, just the pure number of ecosystems and cross-sectional relationships that can be established there, as well as I think the key is we have such a diversified economy within Ontario that can be accessed. So again, in any one technology or any one sector, there's access to multiple other customers, relationships, and sectors to help to promote a robust ecosystem. So clean tech by the numbers, 5,000 companies, largest clean tech sector in Canada, 5.8 billion worth of exports, major contributor to GDP, 134,000 employees, number of water technology incubators. Again, certainly on clean water, a lot of it was energy transition, remediation, but certainly the water technology, something we're very interested in. Personally, having a background in clean water tech, especially as we do further deployment into Northern Ontario, then clean water technology becomes that much more critical to support that growth. I think Laura kind of did a good job summarizing all of the existing really innovative clean tech companies that already exist within the province. So again, this is about both supporting them and just supporting a greater, more robust ecosystem throughout the province and the country. and fundamentally, there's a lot of really good R&D packages. So as this technology is being developed, in a lot of instances might have some maturity and looking for expansion or modernization. But where there's an R&D, oftentimes looking at the initial research and development. So there's a number of tax credits, very lucrative programs to help set up that R&D. And then through that R&D, so we would be there to help to support that, as well as to support scalability and into mass production. So certainly this is one of the areas where we start to focus on, especially in some emerging sectors. I think that's really kind of high level of Invest Ontario. So been here for about a year. We have a great dedicated team, work really collaboratively with other ministry partners as well as industry associations, and fundamentally here to help to be of service to make sure that companies and the sector continues to see success and growth. So thank you very much for your time.